Hi, Gemini. How are you guys today? I am Luciani. I'll be giving you guys a relationship spread for the month of January 2019. Thank you guys so much for coming to the channel. If you're new, please subscribe. Welcome. This is a healing and safe space. And let's get right into it. This relationship spread is going to be with people in committed relationships. Um, This is for people who wants to know, like, hey, where's this relationship going? With some advice for how to make our relationship stronger, and basically, if I, whether or not I should leave it or not. For others, this could be a past relationship that you just want some closure on, some information about, like what went wrong. You know what I mean? So let's go get right into it, okay? Thank you again for coming to the channel. I appreciate you guys so much. All right, so this energy over here is your energy, Gemini, or excuse me, yeah, Gemini, right? And this is your partner's energy. And then we have the energy that connects the two of you guys. Now, again, um, if I start reading this energy and it sounds more like you than them, then this is you. I mean, then this is them. And vice versa here. Like if this is their energy and I start reading that energy and it sounds more like you than them, then this is you. Okay? So let's get into it. So you guys at this particular moment are like wanting this reawakening state. Um, this could be you coming into any kind of relationship. There's this sense of good judgment here with this judgment card. Do you want this reawakening? You want this aligned state so that something can be completed. Um, but with the seven, and then you look, maybe some of you guys are even looking for some advice because right now you might be feeling extremely burdened. There's a lot of burdens that you feel like you have right now, and it seems like you're just looking to like have this again, this reawakening state, this state of coming to understand or some sort of purification or inspiration, right? And with the seven of swords again, there's some sort of level of like advice, or you're looking or seeking out some kind of advice or instructions because again you're feeling like extremely burdened. But your partner, they feel like they really want to be romantic, they want loving type of relationships, they do want this cup of love offering, but it seems like they're very childish, they're very immature. With the hermit there in the reverse, I mean, that says a couple of things. That can, even though with the ace of cups there being like, falling in love, they want spiritual nourishment. They want like all of these beautiful, beautiful energies, but they can't. But it seems like they're just too immature. They're refusing to grow up. You know what I mean? Just someone who just refuses to grow up. They're very, very immature. And because of that, they are like in this nine of swords energy. They just keep suffering or they're miserable. Um, or they're just in this, they're, uh, they're in this state where they just, they're maybe even inability to make a decision, right? So some sort of suffering or misery that they're going through. And on this end, it seems like there's a big burden here. And I just feel like somebody just wants to be inspired, whether this is you or them, or whether this is you or them. Somebody just wants to have a reawakening state. They want to be inspired again. They need good advice because they're feeling like a very heavy burden has been placed on them. And then your partner or yourself over here, it seemed like it's like they want this beautiful love energy. They even believe that that's them themselves. Like, I am this beautiful love. how could someone never want this token of love? But in reality, what they think they are, they really ain't. They are just this immature person, doesn't know how to harmonize, doesn't know how to use their wise mind, very immature, and then it just causes them so much suffering and sadness, and even make it so wow. Oof, somebody wants to be single. It seems like the advice between y'all two can mean two things. Maybe literally parting ways could be best suited for both of y'all. So that you're sometimes when we're in our solitude mind, when we are by ourselves, it helps with us gaining our reawakening states, gaining our knowing our loving states, our beautiful states of mind. I feel like the problems that you guys have is that you need advice to how to like come together, but in a mature way, not in a very immature way, not in a way that's that's like really like foolish, for the lack of you know lack of that to say. But for the most part, yeah, you guys need advice to come together. Maybe one partner feel like they can give you all the advice to get yourself in, not being so immature, not being so foolish. But the person is foolish, so they're not going to take that advice. So therefore, it's like you need to break free from them and like really just go on your own and just really love your life. You know what I mean? That nine of pentacles is usually like a single card energy. Somebody who just goes into the world and really do appreciate, admire their life. And they're using their discernment, and they're really prudent, and again they're having this sense of sereneness in their body. Yeah, because there's a lack of harmony. Didn't I say that? Y'all can't coordinate. Y'all two cannot coordinate. It seems like one partner is always giving advice to the other partner who's just extremely foolish, extremely childlike. They don't grow up. It's like dealing with a child. Like, it's like, wow, I can't never bring harmony. We can't bring this together. So it's like, again, separation. I just see separation, y'all. I'm sorry. Because somebody's excessively doing something, and it's causing a lot of discontentment. Someone's very displeased with this behavior. Again, with this night, this Queen of I'm sorry, with this Queen of Swords here in a reverse, someone is narrow-minded. Narrow-minded. Again, it seemed like it's causing you to feel a little bit of weakness, and it's it's mm, 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 mm. Child, I don't mean to be straight up with y'all, but it seemed like you guys gonna have to separate from a relationship just so that you can gain your peace of mind. That's it. I don't see nothing else. I do not. This is separation. This is the single card. Somebody is just imbalanced. It's just imbalanced. You guys are just imbalanced. Seem like one person have to grow up. They're causing their own suffering, their own misery because they're making these certain decisions to. They feel like they're this beautiful ace of cups. That's maybe how they come into relationships. Or I'm this token of love. I'm a beautiful person. Then when you get to know them, you feel like, wow, you're very immature, like extremely immature, and you try to give them advice. And no matter how many times you give them advice, it seems like they stay in this very immature way of thinking. And they're just not going to grow up. They're not going to grow up. Okay. That's you. That's how your partner feels about you, Gemini. They feel like you're not going to grow up. And even though they feel like you are this loving person, you causing a lot of their suffering and misery in their life. Again, it could be each way. And somebody just wants this reawakening and inspired state because it's like a lot of heavy burdens here. So I feel like if you guys would just take a break from each other, if y'all take a break from each other, separate for a little bit, and just kind of get yourself, both of yourselves separately, to get yourselves back in track, you could definitely come back together as like a beautiful, harmonious relationship. But I feel like someone is just not really paying the other person no mind. And I think someone's very narrow minded. Somebody's being very narrow minded, very cutthroat, don't care about what they say out their mouth. Um, they just don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And it's like the other partner is like super displeased with it. It's like, wow, I cannot believe I chose this. So that is your reading for the month of January 2019. This is just a general love reading. If you guys want specific messages, please contact me. I have my email below. Okay? Take care. Bye.